Hello, everyone. Welcome to this online version of World Religions. My name is Professor Manan, and I look forward to working with you this semester. You can begin this class by downloading the syllabus. In fact, that's what I recommend. On the left-hand side of this page, underneath the announcements link, which should be the first in this series of links that you should familiarize yourself with, underneath announcements, you'll see syllabus. Click that and then download the syllabus. From time to time I might need to make a change to the syllabus, but it's unlikely, and if I do, I'll make an announcement about that and you'll receive an email. But read through this syllabus from beginning to end. I'm not going to go through it all with you right now. I just want to highlight, I'm going to pull mine up here, I just want to highlight a few important features of the syllabus. Please note that late work will not be accepted. This is on page 2, about halfway down. Late work will not be accepted. So if you miss a quiz or if you miss a discussion board post or anything else, please note that unless you have a note from a doctor stating that you were unable to do the work, or if a loved one of yours dies, certainly make an exception in that for that circumstance. You would just want to email me the documentation that did occur. So please stay on top of it and keep up with the work. That's the best thing I can recommend. Web classes are a little bit different. I don't know if everybody comes into web classes differently, and if this is your first web class, then you'll want to make sure that you don't start to fall behind, because it can be easy to do. So keep up with the work. Now, we're going to look at, let's see, on the second page, you'll just note that there are 5 categories of assignments, and you'll see the percentage in the overall grade. The 5 reflection essays are worth 10% of your overall grade. There are 5 discussions, also worth 10% of your overall grade. 10 quizzes, those will be worth 30% of your overall grade. Those quizzes are actually tied in with the accompanying website that I'll talk about in just a second. So there's a website that you'll need access to that the publisher of your textbook made, and those quizzes will be taken on that website. All right, so then there's the midterm essay, and that's 25% of your grade, and then the final essay is another 25% of your grade. So if you look at this just from a bird's eye view, the midterm and final essay are half of your grade, and those are written assignments. The midterm is a 4-page essay, and the final essay is a 5-page essay. So I give you plenty of time to get those done, but just note that this class will have you writing perhaps more than you might be used to. And just keep in mind also, the university has a writing center if you feel like your skills could be, if you need the face-to-face help with that. And details for that are below in the academic support services. If you just scroll down to the beginning of the next page, you can see the grading is pretty standard across the university. I think all classes follow this guideline. So just take a look what an A is, what an A minus is, B plus, so on. You can do this kind of at your own pace. I'm just going through the highlights here. And lastly, I just want to go down to the very bottom page 6 of 6. And you can see how things are broken up here. The first week of class, I have, it's August 27th to September 2nd. Your reading is chapter 1 in your textbook, and you only have one assignment due, and it's not really a graded assignment, but it's something that's very important for this class, is that you'll introduce yourself on the discussion board. And more on that in just one moment. But let's just take a look a little bit more. Chapter 2 is the reading for the second week. Now, for this week, you have 2 assignments due, Reflection Essay 1 and Quiz 1. Now, those 2 assignments, the Reflection Essay and the Quiz, both have a due date of the Sunday at basically midnight, but I say like 11:45 p.m. or something like that, on the Sunday of that week in question. So September 9th is a Sunday, and that is when all of your work is due for week 2. Of course, you can submit it earlier in the week. You don't have to wait till the very end, which is what I would recommend. because if there's an issue that comes up where your quiz has a glitch or it locks you out, then you'll have time to email. If you work on this earlier in the week, you'll have time to email me and say, Mr. Monin, something weird happened to my quiz. I need you to reset it and unlock it or whatever, and you'll have time to retake it. If it's really annoying to me when students wait till 10 minutes before the quiz is due, and then the quiz doesn't work, and then they say, I don't know why, but my quiz won't work, and I need you to reset it. Well, the windows are very strict on these quizzes. I can't reopen them for you after they've closed. So take them early. The due date does not mean the date that you should do them. It means the date that's absolutely the last time that you could turn them in. But plan on getting them in early or midweek. That'd be even better. So reflection essays and quizzes are all going to be due Sundays at 11:45 p.m. And then the only other exception is so that's the due date actually for everything in the class. There are 2 exceptions to this rule. General rule is that the discussions there's 2 parts to these discussions. Now, if you have the syllabus in front of you and you scroll back up to page 2 of 6, right there in the middle of the page, it says Overview of Course Grade Assignment. There are 5 of these discussions. They'll be broken up into 2 parts. You'll have your initial post. So I'm going to be asking you a question individually, and I need each student to answer my initial discussion board question. That initial post that you make as a response to my question is always going to be due on Wednesday of whatever week you have the discussion by 11:59 p.m. This gives you time. The reason I do this is because it gives you time to actually have a discussion with your classmates. So once you get your post in, then you have this second requirement, which is 2 response posts minimum. Now you could do more, and that's even better. But 2 response posts minimum are then due by the same time that all the other assignments are due in the class, Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So the 2 response posts would be response posts. I guess if you have an active dialogue on your own thread that you've created, then those would count as response posts. But do your best to look around at what other students have to say and respond to them as well. So one other thing I was going to say about this, and it has slipped my mind. If it comes back to me, I'll let you know. Do initial post due? No, that wasn't it. Okay, well, that slipped my mind. If I think about it, I'll make another announcement. So discussions have 2 different due dates. The initial post is due Wednesday by 11:59 p.m. and then the 2 response posts are due the same time as the reflection essays and quizzes. I think I remember what I was going to say now. It's just that please keep in mind that these due dates, again, are not when you need to submit these posts. You could submit your initial post on Monday of the week in question or Tuesday. Don't think that Wednesday is the day to do it. That's just the very last day to do it. If you submit your initial post past Wednesday, then please don't email me to ask to make the points up unless you have an excuse that is from a doctor, like a doctor's note or a funeral program. The last exception to this rule that every assignment is due on Sunday at 11:59 p.m. is the final essay, which if you go to page 6 of 6 again and look at the very bottom, December 9th to the 14th, that's finals week. Your final essay is going to be due Wednesday, December 12th. Okay, that gives me just a little bit of time to grade all of these essays before I need to submit the grades to the university. So generally, everything is due Sundays at 11:59, but there are these 2 exceptions. Okay, and I need you to, that was a really brief overview of the syllabus. Read through it. I want to make this message as short as possible, so I'm trying to give you an abbreviated version of this, but please read through that syllabus word for word, and if you have any questions about it, please email me. Back to the initial welcome message I sent to the class. Um, I want to remind you that, let's see, in the vast majority of cases, I'm able to respond to all email within 24 hours. I'm pretty good about this. But I will say, just please give me 48 hours. So if you send me an email and you don't hear back from me right away, don't freak out. Okay, I check my email faithfully, but sometimes if I'm away for driving to get to a conference or something, it could be an extra day that I need. So expect clear communication from me via email. I don't know how often I'm going to make these audio clips. If they're helpful, then I might. This is actually the first time I've done it, so I don't know if it's going to be helpful to you guys. If it is, I might continue to do it, and if not, the correspondence from me will be via just email and written announcements. The book that we're going to be using is called World Relg, R-E-L-G. It's written by Robert E. Van Voorst, and you'll want the 3rd edition. The ISBN number is given here in the announcement that I made. Okay, there are a couple important aspects of this. You really need to buy this as soon as possible. The bookstore, the university bookstore, should have them in stock. And unfortunately, you can't buy a used copy of this textbook. And the reason is that you are going to need an access code that is bundled with your textbook. That access code gives you access to the quizzes that I mentioned are part of your grade, a substantial part of your grade. So you can either purchase this from the bookstore, and the university bookstore, and it will come bundled with the access code. You can actually purchase digital access to this textbook if you go to this website that I've listed on the announcement called Cengage Unlimited. Well, that's the product, Cengage Unlimited, and you can subscribe. I'm looking at it right now for 4 months for $119, and I think that should be much cheaper than buying the textbook from the bookstore with that has the access code in it. This Cengage Unlimited, the advantage here is that if you use a Cengage text, and if any of your other professors asks you to purchase a text for the class that's published by Cengage, purchasing Cengage Unlimited just one time will give you access to all of the books that Cengage publishes for whatever length of time you want access for. So 4 months for $120 will give you access to everything that Cengage publishes. So if you have a couple classes that use Cengage text, this is probably a better deal for you. If you are a person who needs to have a physical book in front of you, this might be something might be something that you don't want to pursue. The bookstore will have physical books in stock and along with the access code. So the digital access here from Cengage Unlimited has this digital textbook that you can access for 4 months and allows you to take these quizzes that I've set up. Also, what I want to mention is that let's see, in order to access this, the website that accompanies the textbook, I have uploaded a set of instructions that you can find on the left-hand side of the course webpage under the additional materials link. You will need to register, and then you're going to follow different prompts. So if you there's a PDF file. When you click additional materials, you'll see a PDF file, how to access your 4LTR course. And then under registration, you'll connect by clicking this link. You'll register, and that access code, actually the access code you shouldn't even need to enter because I think the link contained the access code. So also, if you have trouble purchasing the textbook for some reason, or if you order it online and it's going to a physical copy online, and it's going to be delivered. You actually have a free trial of this of your textbook online for up until 11:59 on September 10th. So you have I don't know how many. There's like a couple weeks. It's the 27th. Let's see. So yeah, I mean that's a 2-week trial. So don't think that you can't access. You'll be able to read all chapter 1 and 2, and you'll be able to submit the quiz and everything like that. So keep in mind that you do have this trial. That the publisher did offer this trial access. Let's see. Let me know. Email me and let me know if you have any trouble logging in to anything in Blackboard or anything on the Cengage website. Sometimes things on the Cengage website are a little foreign to me, and so sometimes calling the Cengage customer service is even a better option than trying to ask me to figure out some of the aspect of their website or something. Let's see. All right, so with regard to the quizzes that you'll be taking on this website, the Cengage website, you'll be taking the quiz 2 times. You'll have 2 attempts to take the quiz, and only the highest score is going to be the one that counts. So if you take it one time and you're not really happy with what with the grade that you've got one more time to take it, and only your highest score counts. So keep that in mind as well. And I'm pulling up my announcement again to make sure. And then at the end of the class, I'm going to average all of your quiz grades, and then import them into Blackboard gradebook manually. So you won't see that until the end of the semester. And there's the window for taking these quiz is set by whatever week that quiz is supposed to be taken as indicated in the syllabus. So just follow along in the syllabus. If quiz 2 is like given on a certain day in the syllabus, you'll see it on the website because I've linked those quizzes to those time frames that you see in the syllabus. The first, like I said, when we took a look at this syllabus at the beginning of this message, the first week of class, you're really just going to introduce yourself on the discussion board. We're going to be using this discussion board in this class quite a few times, so it's going to be helpful for you to get an idea of who your classmates are. This class is pretty big, and it can be a little impersonal just to interact with someone who you don't know. So this is a chance for us to get to know one another a little bit more. It gives me a chance to know who you are. And if you have any questions about posting on this discussion, just please don't hesitate to reach out. And lastly, I plan on uploading lecture notes for each of the chapters that we cover. You'll be able to find those in the lectures link on the left-hand side of the page. You won't see that link. You won't see a lot of content in that link at the moment, but as the course moves along, I'll be creating new lectures, and I'm not sure quite how I'm going to do it. I think I might, if the audio works out pretty well, I might just upload audio lectures in addition to the PowerPoint slides. So if you have any questions, again, please don't hesitate to email me. I'll also be able to discuss, or I'd be willing to discuss any issues over the phone at any point if you prefer that. If you have any questions, let me know, and have a great first week of class. I look forward to working with you.